Oh my gosh, I got something to say. I'm watching Big Judah's video. Okay, it's called Gentiles Conspired to Destroy the Christian and the Magician because they know our power. Now he's reading from the Zohar, book number 6. Now I never sought to read the Zohar or the Kabbalah or any of that. Like, I'm just now coming into the understanding and knowledge that this was our records. This is still part of our records that these Gentiles then stole and ran with it and have created their own doctrines out of it and are using the information for evil. Okay? Okay, let me just go ahead and start in 8. Okay? It says, "Come and behold. This is why the evil inclination comes early to join with man, from the day he is born, so that man will believe in it. Later, when the good inclination arrives, man will find it difficult to believe in it, and its words will seem burdensome. Similarly, we have learned that he who is a subtle evilmonger hastens to plead his case in front of a judge before the arrival of his colleague. The litigant as written, the one who pleads first seems to be in the right." Now let's find out what this word means, because I never heard that before. Litigant. Gant. Okay, I'm gonna look this up right quick. My Aki just messaged me. This is not gonna be long. I just wanted to get this part right here as I'm watching. Litigant. That's how I pronounced it. Litigant. But let's see what it means. A person involved in a lawsuit. Okay. So a person involved in a lawsuit. Now let's go ahead and read that again with that understanding. Okay. Similarly, we have learned that he who is a subtle evilmonger hastens to plead his case in front of a judge before the arrival of his colleague, the litigant, as written. The one who pleads first seems to be in the right. Okay, now let's go ahead and get this other one. Hold on. Alright, now, this is verse this is number 9, because this is in a book called the Zohar, book number 6, okay? "This evil monger is the evil inclination. As written, the serpent was craftier. He too hurries to dwell in man before his colleague. The good inclination comes to dwell in him. And because he arrived early to plead his case, when his colleague, who is the good inclination, comes later, it is difficult for man to unite with it, and he cannot raise his head as if he carried on his shoulders all the burdens of the world. All this is because the evil one came first. Of this, Solomon said, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard, because the other one arrived earlier." Man, this is why. This is exactly why. This is exactly what I've been talking about. When people are holding to these core beliefs, okay? The core beliefs is the ideologies of this world, okay? The evil one of this world. As a matter of fact, let me go to my Facebook, because I just seen a post today. I was tagged in it. Let's see. Hold on, give me just a second. Because I need this verse that just popped in my head from this scripture that I was tagged in. Okay, here it is. Alright? This is from the Peshitta, 1st century, okay? From the Peshitta, 1st century. I'm trying to find out where. Hold on. I think it's Ephesians, but let me find out exactly. Because the King James Version is Ephesians 6:12. Lord have mercy, man. I don't know why this gotta be so retarded. Okay. Alright, okay. So let's go back here. So this is what the Peshitta says, and this is Ephesians 6. Okay, Ephesians 6:12 starting, okay? This is in the Peshitta, first century. For your conflict is not only with flesh and blood, but also with the angels and with powers, with the rulers of this world of darkness, and with the evil spirits under the heavens. Okay? That's what the Peshitta says. Let's go ahead and continue. Verse 13. Therefore, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to meet the evil one, and being prepared, you shall prevail. All right, hold on now. Let's go ahead and go over here to the KJV. All right, I'm going to start at the same verse, 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, they took out the word only. They took out the word only and made it like we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but we clearly do. We wrestle against our flesh on a day-to-day basis. Okay? We do wrestle against our own flesh, so why would they take out only? They deliberately did that. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and they take out angels. So the principalities is actually angels. Okay, so the principalities is angels against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Then verse 13 it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil. This says in the evil day. You may be able to withstand in the evil day. They're making it like today ain't evil. They're making it like you're not living in a freaking world full of evil. Oh my God, they changed this. This is why we're doing this series. Okay? Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the quote-unquote evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Now let's go back over here to the Peshitta, okay? Alright, it says, therefore, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to meet the evil one, and being prepared, you shall prevail. Because we have met the evil one. We live in a wicked, fallen world. Okay? What do you think this is? You think you gotta wait till Judgment Day or something to meet the evil one? You've been meeting the evil one on a daily basis. You met the evil one when you came out of your womb. When you've been taught all the things that you think that you know. Okay? You've gotten cozy with the evil one. And you don't want to break that. You don't want to sever the connection that you have with the evil one. The evil one has become a part of you. And you don't want to let go. Arise, therefore, and gird your loins with truth, and put on the breastplate of righteousness. This is from the Peshitta. Alright, I'm going to go here to 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Alright, arise, therefore, gird your loins with truth, and put on the breastplate of righteousness. See, they didn't change too much in this verse 14, but they changed it. They changed it in verse. See, you can see how it's identical, except for the changes that they made to manipulate what it's saying. Okay. It manipulated what it's saying in verse 12 because they took out the word only. You do conflict with flesh and blood. They took out only in your KJV and said that you don't wrestle at all with flesh and blood, but that all of it is about principalities, which is angels, against powers and against the rulers of darkness of this world. You need to know that it's not only with flesh and blood, but you do wrestle with flesh and blood. It's important, okay? So back over here to this Zohar, all right, book number 6. This is section 10. I don't want to say verse. I don't know, because this is my first time even reading anything out of this Zohar. You know, I'm new to this, but you know, I'm led to it by the Spirit of truth. So subsequently, for any judge who accepts the words of the litigant, you know, somebody that's involved in a law, before his colleague arrives. So subsequently, for any judge who accepts the words of someone dealing with the law before his colleague arrives, it is as if he accepts another deity to believe in. Okay? But his neighbor comes forward and sifts his case. Okay? Sifts his case. Which means only after his colleague comes should he hear his words. Which means only after his colleague comes should he hear his words. This is the way of a righteous man, because a righteous man does not believe the subtle evilmonger. He who is the evil inclination, even if he hastens to plead his case, before the arrival of his colleague, the good inclination. So it fulfills this verse, and his neighbor comes forward and sifts his case. And with this act, people fail to merit the world to come. Man, this is so deep, yo. This is so freaking deep. Like, it's telling you that you gotta unlearn all of the things that you have learned, because everything that you have learned came by way of the evil one. And now the good one, via the Spirit of truth, wants to get a word to you, but you're stopping your ears because it's conflicting with those core beliefs that you are holding tight to. Okay? So, that being said, I just recorded that today, right now, 12:30 at 11:34 Eastern Standard Time, 11:35 Eastern Standard Time, when it's actually 12:35 my time, but my computer is set to Eastern Time because of my business. It has to be set that way for my contractor business. So anyway, that's all for now. The next video, I'm still in a process of expounding on this documentary, The Falsified Bible, which has been renamed to The Making of the Bible. So anyway, I guess this would be separate, and I'll just upload this by itself, because that was just a little word that I was led to today as I'm watching Big Judah's video. See, he didn't want to break this down. He didn't want to. He said that he's going to leave it up to, you know, our spirits to interpret it for us. But my spirit interpreted it, and I'm going to share it with those with the ears to hear. So shalom.